Welcome to Welcome with Jesus Bible Study. Going to be in the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. And I'll repeat that. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. Without fear of the Jehovah God, there is not wisdom. For when you see Lord in all capitals in the Bible, that it is translation of the Hebrew word Jehovah. And there is not true understanding without true knowledge of the Holy One. If we are wrong about God, we are all in important respects wrong about everything. If we are to say, whether we believe in Him or not, that God does not exist and everything about Him is all wrong, the Bible's wrong, the Bible's lies, then we are definitely wrong. And it's kind of hard for people who don't believe, the unbelievers, to see that, because since they don't believe that God exists, then why would they believe that the Bible is true? Why would they believe that the things of the Bible, it says, will be true? They would never see us as right. And we'll always see them as completely wrong. Because God, in fact, God does exist. God did create everything, and therefore what they're saying is wrong. But we got to remember that we're in the middle of disputing this, that they don't have the wisdom. They don't have the knowledge. And so in every aspect, they're going to sit there and not want to hear what we have to say, because they are acknowledgement that they believe and truly believe that they are correct. And when someone believes that they are truly correct, they're going to stand their ground. Some people won't even hear what the other person has to say just because they know they're right. They automatically don't even pay attention to the words that's coming out of the other person's mouth. So they're not going to hear the other person's debate. And then it's going to keep on repeating themselves, giving no new information, no new evidence of the reason why they're right. There are some people that even when they're defending God, and because they're new to it, they may not have enough knowledge of the Bible to defend themselves. That's okay. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it break your heart when people go to shut you down. Be thankful that that is happening to you. And when I say that is because then you know the things that you need to go look up so that you can gain this knowledge. Then you know that when you go into prayer to ask God to give you this wisdom, to give you this knowledge, so that when you're put in a situation like that, you know what to say. Look at it as a benefit to you, to then go and look up what it is that they're saying. See, here's the thing. You're going to look up to prove, because you know that you're right. You know that you're correct. You know that there is facts. So therefore, you know that you are able to go look up these facts to give it to people. Now, them, on the other hand, don't have these facts because they are wrong. And they cannot come up with anything new to say or to throw at you, because there is no actual facts or proof. It's just the hearsay, and their belief is saying, no, it doesn't. Science says this. And, here's the thing about science. Science has been trying to catch up with God and His creation and all that exists so much, but they cannot disprove God. So you got to remember, if you're in a debate with people who are unbelievers, that they would never have any evidence or actual facts to throw against you or to dispute you. But you, on the other hand, can always gain knowledge. You can always go and gain more facts. You can always gain the wisdom, because you are correct. And there is facts. Now, it's going to be a little bit hard to try to debate them because some of these unbelievers are very, very rude because they do not have God in their heart. They don't have God in their life, so therefore they don't know how to love. They don't know how to say things in love. They don't know how to give correction in love. They don't know how to be kind. They don't know how to be gentle. So they're going to be angry. They're going to throw anger at you. They're going to spit at you. They're going to throw things at you because the truth hurts. And you are speaking the truth. And a lot of people do not want to hear the truth that you're trying to give them. That's why there's always that saying, you got to shoot the messenger. And God forbid, I'm not saying that, we need to be shot or anything. So maybe that was a bad choice of words. But what I'm trying to say is people are going to be very evil. Because you are speaking the truth. You are bearing the truth. And nobody wants to hear the truth. Especially when they've been living the whole entire life in this so-called lie. And they have not been awakened. And because they don't know these things, everything that we say to them is going to be folly. We sound foolish to them. Because they're already mindset. And they like this sinful world that they're living in. They like doing these things. And they don't want to be told, oh man. Because they're not going to understand the reason why we don't drink or smoke or do drugs. They just see it as like an imprisonment. Oh man, you can't do this and you can't do that. And life is... But they don't understand how much more free and how much more life and fulfilling life is without those things. That in fact, those very things that is sins keep you in prison. You are in prison to them. When you smoke cigarettes, that cigarette tells you every 30 minutes, every hour, every 2 hours, you have to obey that cigarette to go outside and smoke it. You are now in prison to that cigarette. That alcohol, you have to go get that bottle and you spend your whole night in there. You don't pay anything else attention, not your loved ones, not things that yourself needs. And there goes your money right out the window. So not only are you in prison to those things, but it costs you. And not just money. It costs you yourself, your family. And people don't realize that, sin not only takes you to hell, but you are actually living in hell, living in those sins. People just look at it as excitement. Oh, look at me in my life. But they don't realize that they are actually living in hell. They're imprisoned. It's not fun. It's not exciting. They're not free to go do these things. You spend all night drinking. You cannot get up and go running or up and climb a mountain. You can't go rock climbing. You can't go just because you're too hungover, you're too tired, or you just don't have the money. All the money you spent on all these drugs and alcohol, you could have went on vacations and traveled here, took your family there. Your wife may have needed something this, or y'all needed that car, but we can't afford that payment. But if you was to add up the money you spent that whole month, could have been a whole nother car payment. It's costly. Sin is very costly. And not only is it very costly while you're living here on earth, it's going to cost you your eternal life. But nobody wants to hear that. Because it sounds so fun and it sounds so exciting and everybody's doing it. But you ever hear the parents say, if all your friends jump off the bridge, are you going to jump off of it too? Well, these people are jumping right off the bridge and into the pit of hell. You don't have to jump to the pit of hell just because your friends are doing it. Save your life. Your life could be so much easier without living in sin. The money you save, the things you're able to do, the family you'll get back, the love that you'll have, not only from other people, but for yourself. You don't realize how much self-respect that you will gain because you don't realize that you're disrespecting yourself because it doesn't seem like you are. It doesn't feel like you are. In fact, you think you're doing things for yourself. Look at us. We're being free. We're doing what we want to. Yay, we're having fun. But you don't realize you're actually disrespecting yourself. You're disrespecting your body. Not only that, but it's making you older. Taking you straight to the grave. Faster than what you are.